I'm going to give some examples that illustrate the importance of maintaining contact with the no thing outside the therapeutic field. 1. If we think about an explorer who suddenly loses his sense of orientation, he doesn't know where he is, he gets nervous, and often what is done in this situation is to force the map to the terrain. That is, the explorer looks at the terrain and at the map and says, "Oh, this is this mountain, I'm here." When in fact, he only forcingly imagines a match and does not really know where he is. This represents a lack of ability to endure the no thing, the unknown, the not secure, which blocks true coping. Only when the explorer recognizes or can sit with the pain of understanding that he has lost his sense of orientation, only from that point can he begin a true orientation process. 2. We imagine a student who does not fully know how to do something, for example, long division. He gives up halfway and writes an answer, say 5.5. He doesn't really know what the answer is, but he starts to believe his own answer. And if you ask him if he's sure that's the right answer, he will say, "Of course, it's the right answer." He reacts defensively. Only if the student can sit with it, with the pain that he does not really know, be in contact with the no thing, can he begin a true learning process. 3. I want to give another example from a meditation workshop I participated in, an experience I went through many years ago. I entered the meditation room about 20 minutes before the workshop began. I sat down and began to connect with myself and with the possibility of seeing my mental processes more clearly and with less identification. I was in a more mindful state when the rest of the participants entered the workshop. I noticed that while they entered, many critical and judging thoughts about them arose in me. Why is he like this and why is she like that? And feeling that they're definitely the way I imagined them to be. He is like this and she is like that, etc. Then, from a deeper attention, I suddenly noticed that I felt very insecure. That something in my body and my mind contracts and I feel insecure. And the more I was in touch with the primary sensation of pain, of my insecurity, the critical and judgmental thoughts disappeared from my head, and if they didn't disappear, they weakened, and there was less identification on my part with them. I saw that they were random thoughts, but it is not that he really is like this and she really is like that. While I couldn't get in touch with the feeling of insecurity, I noticed how my awareness went to critical thoughts and identification with them. So again, contact with what is not, in this case with what is not secure, insecure, allows one type of thinking, mentalization on my lack of security. And when there is no capacity to contain that, there can be a redirection to the intellect, or in this case, to critical or judgmental thinking. I return to the quote, if it's intolerance or frustration, meaning the ability to withstand the no thing, reaches beyond a certain degree, omnipotent mechanisms come into operation. Judging and criticizing may indicate the use of an omnipotent mechanism. It puts you in a higher position and the other in a lower position, as if you dominate, but in fact, it hides your own sense of smallness.